Hey everyone, it's Lamar with MedRank Interactive. This is episode 4 for the podcast Healthcare Digital Marketing. So this is going to be a quick episode, and it's going to be about the new GMB features for virtual healthcare. And what we'll discuss is the GMB COVID-19 issues, functionality issues that you may have seen on your Google My Business profile. In addition, we'll discuss how healthcare practitioners are pivoting more towards virtual healthcare. And then lastly, we'll talk about the features and how you can access them and how they impact the search results. All right, so GMB COVID-19 issues. So even Google, the beast of a powerhouse company that it is, they have limited staff in office, just like everyone else. So guess what? Your Google My Business profile is probably going to have limited functionality. Now, I think this has been lifted as of maybe 2 days ago, but if you log back into your Google My Business profile at some point, you may have seen this notification at the top that you can see on my screen. It says limited Google My Business functionality. So they're just limiting this. There's no real reason why, but it happened when COVID-19 came about. So and also their staff is not as accessible or available to monitor these profiles. So what's limited within your profile is going to be your info. So if you're trying to update your info, it may be a delay in how fast those updates happen. If you are trying to create a new Google My Business profile, the verification process could take some time, longer than expected. Reviews were temporarily disabled, so you couldn't get reviews from new customers or respond to reviews. Now that's enabled, so that's live and active. The Q&A aspect of Google My Business is still disabled. I'm not sure when that's going to be enabled by Google My Business, but we'll continue to monitor that. Google My Business posts, you can still post on your profile just like you would post for Instagram or Facebook. Now, from a marketing perspective, if you're not using or utilizing your Google My Business post feature as an ongoing marketing strategy, you're missing a big lead or market share for the search results for your local business. If your profile is suspended, this is a whole different ordeal. So we have a client. It's very weird that we're seeing profiles being suspended for quality issues. And we have a client that hasn't updated their Google My Business profile during the midst of COVID-19, and it got suspended, or we got a notification that it got suspended. So when we logged into the Google My Business profile with one user account, it says it's live and active. When we logged in with another user account, it says it's suspended. But then when we look in the search results, they're still ranking number 1 in the local 3-pack for their targeted keywords that their Google My Business profile is. So there's some kind of issue happening on the back end of what Google is evaluating from a quality issue standpoint. And this is an error on their part. So if you look at this link on this slide, it says reinstatement request. So if you're seeing this issue, go to this link and I'll include it in the podcast description. But you can request for your Google My Business profile to be reinstated. And I would say this is very important to do. And also I would follow up with Google probably every 3 days. We just seen that they're now responding to our requests, even though the profile is active. And it's imperative for your business because it's not worth it that future issues can happen from your profile being suspended. The next slide talks about many healthcare providers opting for virtual visits. Now it makes sense. So if you look at this graph, this was data pulled by Search Engine Journal over the past 12 months, and you can see that search volume for telehealth related keywords are very stagnant. They're not high performing searches. But just as of recently in March, it's a big, it increased dramatically in terms of the search volume, which makes sense. So healthcare providers are now thinking differently about virtual care and telehealth during this time frame. But also, if you're a healthcare practitioner, this is going to be potentially a permanent service category within your Google My Business profile for the future. So are you thinking about your patients and how you can service them? Because again, we never know if this is going to happen again or if a second or third wave is going to come in and really impact how we live essentially. So you're seeing a lot of search volume from patients and people for these types of search terms. Now let's get to the very most important part of this podcast is the virtual care options in your Google My Business profile. So there's two features that Google My Business has added. So it's the virtual appointment link and then also the COVID-19 link. And this will impact the search results and how you rank when certain keywords are searched for. So if you go into the back of your Google My Business profile and click on info, you'll see two options. One says COVID-19 info link. The other one says virtual care link. So what we've done with all of our clients, we've added a top form call to action at the top of their website that says COVID-19 update. And when a website visitor clicks on that link, it takes them to a page that just gives them an update on that practice's operational status, or just an update on how they're planning to operate in the future or their operating hours. So we include that link in their Google My Business profile here. And then the virtual care link is for if you're offering telehealth or telemedicine, teledentistry. And we've created pages for our clients for this service. So that the link to that page would go here where it says virtual care link. Now, when someone searches in the search results in Google for immediate care or teledentistry in Charlotte or telehealth emergency care, you're going to be priority because it's very relevant to their search because you're including this information as well on your website in conjunction to your Google My Business profile. So hopefully this episode was valuable. Please subscribe to Healthcare Digital Marketing Podcast. Thank you for listening and have a good rest of your day.